In an enterprise network, it is not uncommon to encounter multiple dynamic routing protocols and static routes configured on layer 3 devices. So what does this actually mean? Well, you can get information on how to get to a certain network from several sources. For instance, from OSPF and EIGRP routing protocols. If there are several sources of routing information, you need a method to rate the trustworthiness of each routing information source in order to select the best path. So the router needs to decide which information to trust, the path calculated by OSPF or the path calculated by EIGRP. Cisco IOS software uses the concept of administrative distance to select the best path when it learns about the same destination network from two or more routing sources. Administrative distance ranks the reliability of a routing protocol. So with the help of administrative distance values, each routing protocol can be prioritized from most to least reliable. The administrative distance is an integer from 0 to 255. A routing protocol with a lower administrative distance is considered more trustworthy than one with a higher administrative distance. Here are the default administrative distances for various protocols, but you should also know that administrative distance can be tuned for each routing protocol. Now, for example, if the router gets information from a certain network from RIP and OSPF, the router will prefer the path calculated by OSPF because of the lower administrative distance. OSPF has AD 110, while RIP has an AD of 120. Let's take a look at this example. The router A in the example has a packet to deliver from network A to network B. Router A gets the information on how to get to network B from two sources, OSPF and EIGRP. The router must choose between the routes advertised by EIGRP and OSPF. Let's say that OSPF calculates the path from router A to router B via Gigabit Ethernet 0/0 interface, and EIGRP calculates the path via the Gigabit Ethernet 0/1 interface. However, the EIGRP route has a lower administrative distance than OSPF, so the router will choose the route that was advertised by EIGRP, so the one via Gigabit Ethernet 0/1. The router will install this route into its routing table. If for some reason the path that was advertised by EIGRP goes down, the route that was advertised by OSPF will be entered into the routing table. To sum it all up, administrative distance is the first criteria that a router uses to determine which routing protocol to use if two protocols provide routing information for the same destination. It is a measure of the trustworthiness of the source of the routing information. Keep in mind that the administrative distance has only local significance. It is not advertised in routing updates.